Concerns that the field of science, whilst its findings are sort of transcendent and verifiable and transcendent of politics, that their funding, for example, and many of their objectives, say in the pharmaceutical industry, weapon industry, are contained and ultimately controlled by primal motives that do belong in that 2% deficit chimpanzee land that we thought we'd left behind. Ways of enforcing power, ways of demonstrating control.
There's no question that what science gets funded is driven by geopolitical forces. There's no question about that. And geopolitical could mean economic, it could be militaristic, it could be hegemonistic, but it does not affect what science finds to be objectively true.
Yes.
That answers to a higher power than the funding source. That is nature serving as the ultimate judge, jury, and executioner of an idea. By the way, scientists are human just like anybody else, and we have bias like anybody else. We might be a little more aware of our own bias, but we have bias. So fortunately, the methods and tools of science have systems in place to ferret out that bias. Why is it? How does that work? You came out with a result, and I think you're biased. I'm going to do your experiment to see if I get the same result. But I got a different result. That throws your result into question, and it throws in your integrity as a scientist into question. I get credit for showing that you're wrong.
Yeah, in the more esoteric circles of academic science, perhaps, but not like if you're churning out some opioids across America. And I'm saying, hey, you shouldn't be selling Percocet and fentanyl. Here's a new study, because that's not in the interests of the pharmaceutical industry. So I would say that the ultimate ideology is a capitalist consumer ideology, and scientific pursuit, even though it's based on objectivity, has to exist within that framework. And as a result, there's an incremental but continual bias towards the results that do not challenge the interests of the powerful. And that challenges the fundamental objectivity of the entire discipline.
No, not the objectivity. It challenges there could be entire branches of science that go unresearched because they are not of interest to the state.